power and majesty of this 1,600-foot vertical river typifies one of America's most beautiful vacation spots. Yosemite National Park has drawn millions of people from all corners of the world. The park is easily accessible by one of the 3 park entrances, Highways 41, 120, and 140. A park ranger can assist you upon entry with details of accommodations and park activities. Yosemite National Park is located in the central Sierra Nevada mountain range in California. The Sierra High Country has been basically untouched by man and is full of many natural wonders, such as Soda Springs. Its surface is lit up here and there with a fine-grained silvery sparkle, which makes the lake appear something celestial. Hang gliding, a sport that requires a high degree of precision and a good deal of courage, is one of the best ways to see Yosemite Valley. Leaving Glacier Point 2,500 feet above the valley floor gives the glider a sweeping view of the ever-changing beauty of this glaciated gorge. From sea to Sierra, over 200 million years ago, an inland sea covered this region. Mud, sand, and lava spread over its floor. Later, the ocean bed was uplifted, resubmerged, then raised again. 80 to 100 million years ago, hot liquid granite, flowing into the heart of the first range of folding sediments, changed them into metamorphic rocks. Erosion then removed these altered rocks and exposed great areas of granite. As the range rose, the grading of the west-flowing Merced River steepened, and the river's speed increased. By the Ice Age, it had eroded 1/2 mile down in 3 stages. Upheaval of the Sierras just before the Ice Age created a barrier to moist air moving inland from the Pacific. Rising to cross the mountains, the air cooled and lost most of its moisture on the western slopes. Winter storms brought heavy snows. During the Ice Age, snowfall in the Sierra exceeded summer melting, and glaciers grew. More snow or less melting could gradually restore the great glaciers. Winter storms still pile snow deep on the range, but it all melts each summer, except some in high-shaded basins. During the Ice Age that began 1 million years ago, snow piled deep along the Sierra's crest. The Merced and Tenaya glaciers flowed down their canyons, merged, and formed Yosemite Glacier. This river of ice quarried and gouged the V-shaped gorge into a broad, high cliff valley. Snows of the High Sierra formed separate mountain glaciers far south of the vast ice sheet that covered half the continent. Streams and glaciers followed cracks and zones of weakness in granite to carve these spectacular features. Some cracks formed as the granite solidified from molten rock. Others formed during earth movements, yet much of the rock remains unbroken, massive. Tenaya Glacier deepened its canyon in a narrow zone of vertically fissured rock. Massive granite at the sides resisted widening. Merced Glacier quarried stone from the fractured side walls of the valley. The massive granite of the floor prevented deepening. Standing here in a type of silence few have experienced, looking at the simple beauty of nature, one then understands the name Inspiration Point. The Mariposa Grove, only 35 miles from the valley floor, is the largest of 3 sequoia groves in the park. Sequoia redwoods, nature's forest masterpieces, are the largest living organisms on the planet. The Visitor Center is a must for everyone who wants to get the most out of their Yosemite experience. The National Park Service has done a remarkable job of recreating an actual Miwok village. Miwok Indians at the time of 1876 were the largest Indian group in California. A short walk through the village will give one an excellent idea of the lifestyles and habits of these peaceful people. A short ride upon the shuttle services available in the valley can lead you to the Ahwahnee Hotel. During World War II, the Ahwahnee was used as a hospital for wounded soldiers, and since then has been the site for many films and television productions. For the more adventurous visitor, campsites are available. The excitement of camping in the open, building a fire, and sleeping under the stars is not to be missed. Yosemite offers a wide range of activities from fishing, rafting, and horseback riding to hiking, biking, and nature walks given by rangers. Guided tours are an easy, informative way to see the valley. The Ansel Adams Gallery, named after the famous photographer, has been a center for artistic expression in the valley for over 80 years. The Ansel Adams Gallery provides professional photographers to give camera walks through the valley. These photographers can give informative tips on photographing the many picturesque treasures of Yosemite. The LeConte Memorial, built in 1903, is named after a well-known geologist, Joseph LeConte, and is a center for Sierra Club activities, publications, and presentations by guest speakers. Occasionally, these speakers include rangers who tell of their adventures in the Yosemite wilds. At one point in its evolution, the Yosemite Valley was one giant pond. As natural erosion filled the valley with silt, meadows took the place of ponds. Through misty forests and granite formations, the hike from Happy Isles to Vernal Falls is one of the more enjoyable outdoor adventures. The clouds breaking away a little, we had a glorious wild view. The compelling spiritual command of the soaring shape of granite cliffs and domes offers the viewer a visual feast. Witness North Dome with all its blazing splendor, while the bold thrust of the Washington Column stands as one of nature's monuments. Erupting through are three brothers named for the sons of Yosemite Indian Chief Tenaya. El Capitan stands alone as a breathtaking, massive mountain ridge. With binoculars in hand, you can take in the exciting and challenging sport of rock climbing.
Get started. My name is Troy Johnson, and my friends up there, Steve, the one laying back, and Tracy, the one who's starting to lead right now. We're going to attempt to climb the shield roof of El Capitan. It's just a big cliff, and when you get to the top, you're all elated and feel really good. And what we have planned here is we're going to go up 10 pitches or 10 rope lengths and fix lead lines from the cliff down to the ground. We'll be using to get back up our lines once we leave them fixed from the rock is this device called a Jumar, and it has a little cam and a safety latch, and you feed the rope through this little sleeve here, and it enables the camming to just go up, and when you weight it, it pinches down and it holds you right there. So in effect, all you're doing is just climbing up the rope. Jumaring is what it's called. And the other things we'll be using are pitons and hammers. This will be like my third time up El Cap. We did it with another friend of ours, and it took us 6 days to climb this wall. And then we did it again about 2 weeks ago, and it took us 4 days. So that's what we're planning on this time, is 4 days, maybe 5 to 4 nights. 2 of them will be in hammocks and just hanging from the cliff, looking straight down to the ground, 2,200 feet down. It's going to be great.
Among the more challenging experiences in the park is climbing. one of the most exhilarating sports to date. An even greater challenge is the style of free-form climbing John Backer practices.
Up here on the Cookie Cliff, which is a really popular climbing area here in Yosemite. My name's John Backer, and the climb you'll see me do is called Crack-A-Go-Go, and on a difficulty scale of 1 to 12, it's about 11. I'm going to do it without a rope, which is not normal. 99% of people climb with ropes. No one's done this climb without a rope except myself. I do it all the time. It's fairly safe.
Whether with ropes used by the Trons or the freestyle of John Backer, Yosemite offers grand experience for rock climbers of any stature or ability. The Falls of Yosemite offer the viewer an extraordinary combination of power and beauty. Nevada Falls churns its way through a narrow channel of rock, bursting into a shimmering cascade of water. Bridal Veil Falls acquired its name from the early settlers of Yosemite. The warm summer's air rising causes a lift at the top of the falls to form a veil. The waters of Ribbon Creek drop some 1,612 feet to the valley floor, forming Ribbon Falls, the tallest in Yosemite and greater than the height of the Empire State Building. A short hike up the mist trail will land the viewer into the enchanting paradise of Vernal Falls. Yosemite Falls can be seen from most anywhere in the valley and provides a spectacular sight to behold, either from the ground or the air. Half Dome, the symbol of Yosemite, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.